So as you can tell from the heading, today we're making chicken tenders, and these are pre-cut chicken pieces. I already pre-marinated them with some few spices which I'll link also: the curry powder, black pepper, cumin powder, salt, garlic powder, paprika, and some chili powder. Kindly let it marinate for like 30 minutes before cooking. And next we have the buttermilk. Now for this buttermilk, in case you do not have, here's a buttermilk hack. You can use 1 cup of whole milk, then squeeze in one full lemon, let it rest for a while, and you will have your buttermilk. Next, we'll go in with our pre-seasoned flour, which it was breadcrumbs, all-purpose flour, black pepper, garlic powder, and salt. Feel free to add some chili for that extra bit of spice. You are not limited to any spice that you prefer. So that's the pre-seasoned flour. And guys, kindly be generous with it. Then here we are, we've arranged the things we're going to use according to the way we are going to use them. So first we went in with adding the chicken pieces, piece by piece, one by one. For this I chose to use the fork, and you can see I'm spacing them because I did not want to have them stuck together. It can be quite tiresome. But also, if you prefer using your fingers, guys, the kitchen is your playground. You can use it however you choose to use it. I'd however advise, since you're cooking for others and also for yourself, kindly make sure that you wash your hands thoroughly before handling any food. And also a clean environment also does a lot. Okay, so here we go. You add your chicken pieces. I believe all these fit in the bowl. And another advice that I would actually pass on: let this marinate for a good amount of time. Because we want the chicken pieces to soak in the buttermilk, to add in that flavor. And also it also helps in the coating once you go to the breadcrumbs. So don't be in a rush, guys. This is basically a meal that is quick and easy to make. If you can just give it 30 minutes tops, or not even 30 minutes, an hour of your time, you can have the best results. So kindly go in with the chicken pieces, let it marinate for a while before coming in and coating them. Because after the coating, I'd advise now you go straight to the pan. So yeah, it was so good. Later on, however, I will give you a snippet of how it looks when you use your fingers. So once we are done with the chicken, in we went with our plantains. Of course, you can use as many plantains as you prefer. I just wanted something light today, so I just used one big one. And so this is us peeling it. And some would be overripe. I prefer mine to be a little bit ripe, just because I find it when I deep fry it, it's so much sweeter. I do not like eating like hard plantains. For those who prefer plantains, maybe you understand what I mean. But yeah, so I waited for my plantains to be a little bit more ripe, and so this was me cutting them diagonally. You can cut them also circularly or vertically, whichever, it's your preference. So there we have it, something small, something easy, something light. Then we switched over to the frying bit. This is for the chicken tenders. Kindly preheat your oil, your vegetable oil, before adding in the chicken tenders. We do not want the chicken to soak in a lot of oil. It's not going to be healthy. So I dipped the chicken tenders in a preheated pan. As you can see with that chicken, it held, like it got stuck together. That's why I said in earlier on I like adding them and separating them in the buttermilk, but oh well, it's okay. You can cut them once they're done. So I cooked this in medium heat. I wanted to give them chance to cook inside. I did not want them to burn. I wanted them to retain their golden look. So medium heat would be preferable, and just fill it in shallow oil. Obviously, as you can see, it cooks quite quickly, like very fast. So just be very careful. I would advise you not to move away from the frying pan once you dip in the first ones. 6 minutes, 5 minutes, actually even shorter than that, because they cook quite quickly, really quickly. So yeah, so here we are turning them. Make sure they're evenly coated, evenly drenched in the oil. Leave them for a bit, but don't go far, just stay around. As you can see, I'm hovering around it, and yeah, you can see the nice golden color. And the seasoning of the crunch really matters a lot. Really matters a lot, honestly, because you want the flavor outside of the chicken and also inside the chicken as well. So here we are, here we go. And then obviously you prepare your dish where you're just going to, as you remove the chicken tenders, you will need to place them somewhere that will just soak in the oil, because you do not want to serve people an oily meal. So yeah, so here we are. Once that was done, I turned them again, preparing them to be removed. So you remember earlier when I said we're just going to come and I'm going to show you how to use our hands? This is the bit. Go in with your hands if you feel like it's easier. Actually, it was easier. Go in with your hands. Of course, have them clean. You're going to be serving people this food, so the last thing you need is dirty hands. So here we are. You mix them up. The coating, I said use a very generous amount of coating. Here I had to go add more coating, because you see now, because of the milk, we had some balls in the coating. But guys, don't worry, like, feel free in your kitchen, okay? So here we are. I utilized every bit of that coating. As you can see, pat it down, make sure it sticks, then onto the frying. As you can see, these ones are perfectly golden. This is exactly what we needed, what I wanted. Medium heat, remember, and they just look so perfect. They look so good. And this is the best place to interject and say they tasted so good as well. So yeah, this was it. This is the chicken tenders. And of course, in a preheated wok, you just add in your vegetable oil, ready for the plantains. Kindly cook your plantains in high heat. It's just like fries, high heat. You do not want them to soak in the oil, and plantains cook easily, like fairly quickly. So don't move far from the pan. Make sure they are brown, not burnt. They are brown, just as you're going to see here. They're cooking a little bit too fast. Obviously, there was a time I left and they were charcoal by the time I was coming back, and nah, you want your food to be at least appealing as you bite into it. So this is the right color I was looking for. And guys, this meal was too good. A lot of fried foods, I know, but just drain the oil, and it doesn't hurt to like treat your body to some fried food every once in a while. And this is one of my favorite meals, so I went ham this time around. And I have to add, ever since I started eating plantains, I rarely eat fries nowadays. So out we go. So that was it for the plantains, after which you just serve them up and enjoy. It was such a pleasure having you guys.